Alright, we are back with another D20 Brigade. It's a new week. Last week we left off where the party had just left Solinar on horseback. The assassin, well, an assassin, as you all know, the viewers now know it as Al-Sahim, trying to go after his name as well as his target of Lillian over there. Yeah, I know you're not happy about that at all. So, in leaving the city, we look like an eclectic mix of crazy.
Like always.
Like a group of crazy.
Like, for instance, you have 4 elves, 1 orc, 1 half orc, who's got a snake on her horse with a bear charging behind.
My snake would be wrapped around me. Just saying.
Like I said, an eclectic mix of crazy. So,
I would get a snake in real life and wrap it around me. It will be fabulous.
as was stated earlier, it's 3 days' ride to Queldenar for our next stop. And High Councilwoman Rafik. But before we do this, before we move forward, we start actually in Daggerfall for the minute, where we see Zarson has started to open shop for the day.
Zarson's hand moves quickly,
Is that where
stirring
he's
in varying directions
Tomorrow.
each time as the bell to his shop
He's in
rings. He
Tomorrowland.
backs up, raising his hand to the cauldron.
Stay!
He barks at
I
the
love your
cauldron
face,
before
Allie.
walking out into the front of the store. His eyes fall on Perkins, who's looking at a rack of potions sitting at the counter.
Ah, Master Perkins. I was
Wait, what's
about to
going on?
send
All I
you
hear
a
is air.
raven.
Did I do
Some of
something
the
wrong? Did I
ingredients
break
we
it?
ordered get a little difficult to procure.
Steven is
It's going to
putting
take a bit
his
longer
finger
to
up.
make.
Zarson grabbed a small stepladder and raised himself up to the height of the counter.
I can't see his
Perkins
fingers.
waved him off. No worry on that, Zarson. Take the time you need to get it right.
I have
I
a
don't need my
recording
men
playing. Hold on.
spontaneously
Sure, give
turning
you in
into
a second.
chickens or some nonsense again.
Look, it's not my fault. He sends me foxglove
I
instead
did
of
forget to roll
wolfglove. It's an amateur mistake.
D20 anyway, so.
Either
Roll
way,
20.
I'm here to talk to you about that neighborhood watch you've been trying to set up.
Sure, I mean, if they'd applied it topically instead of trying to... Oh, right, the neighborhood watch. Yeah. 2 more shop owners were attacked just this morning. The guard isn't doing anything, so we have to protect ourselves.
And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. Perkins looks around and drops his voice a bit. But these are more than just a game. Just be careful, okay? Watch yourself out there. They could make your life even more miserable than the guard can handle right now. He slides a paper across the counter at him. If you ever need help, trying to get to this address. Friends will be waiting there.
I wish my cats was me.
Okay.
A heads up next time would have been helpful. Everybody doesn't know what you're doing.
Well, there's going to be one more of those. I had to record those with Dan yesterday. In fact, that's one thing I've been meaning to do while trying to settle this up. So, in that regard, since Zarson has now been warned, he's trying to form a neighborhood watch inside of Daggerfall since everything's going on. And he's been warned that the 7th Scythe, it will make his life hell. Even more so for trying to go against them.
Oh my god, that face.
It's almost as
So we
fantastic
all
as
open it and watch it at the same time, right?
Well, you can. I mean, it's Jesus. That will explain what's going on. Anyway, so we're riding along on horseback. We're going down the path at this point, which is a larger path, and things are relatively quiet for the moment.
That's reassuring.
I will speak for the moment.
You're speeding along when, as one of the guards comes up to you, still on horseback, Relea, and hands you a map saying it's 3 days ride, you're going to want to get some rest at some point, and hands you a map of certain locations to stop on the trail at. That way you'll at least stay somewhat safe.
Somewhat.
That's guard camps for a
I
reason.
would like to point out that you guys attract everything. It's not a what, it's in fucking everything. It's everything.
Hey, the last couple of times we've been pretty good.
It's a fucking
Minus-
thing.
Minus the orc.
Just fucking everything.
Hey, I'm good at walking away. You guys don't know how to walk away from danger is the thing.
Allie doesn't know how to walk away from danger.
Allie doesn't have to
I
walk
don't
away
have to walk away from danger. I am danger.
Anyway,
Okay, conflict.
Fuck into
I
danger.
can walk away from conflict.
Oh,
My
Liliana
character
can't.
demonstrated this.
But
yes,
Liliana can't. She creates conflict.
this is true.
It's just like, let's
Back
see
to my
how
sister.
trouble I can cause today. Let's go pull on someone's tail and see if it eats me.
So, as you're going along the path,
There's no squishies. Please don't pull on that.
Oh,
As-
but I
No.
will. Simona! You okay over there? Is your face going through like a seizure? And your eyes popping out of your head?
as you're walking along the path, as your horses are galloping along quickly enough, I should say.
I've been reading too many Hindu textbooks, and that's kind of what they draw the gods looking at like sometimes.
So racist.
It wasn't as racist as I was yesterday. Can we have a story time real quick? Because I can't
I
like.
think we need to move the story forward a bit before this.
Continuing down the road on our horses. I have a map all of a sudden with marked areas. Continuing on.
Well, a guard rode up to you quickly, realized they forgot to give it to you.
Idiots.
Because that's something you forget.
It's morning. They were hungover.
Well, remember what all happened too.
Yeah.
Someone tried to assassinate me and my mom.
However, as you're riding down this path, let's see. There's 4 of us. There's 5 of us.
We need coconut shells.
Hey, as long as I don't get the crappy rolls I got with my other event. Oh, we're riding along. A blue dragon has appeared out of the sky. What?
I can't see the ground.
Hey. I can see the ground today.
It's free over there.
We all know how fantastic my rolls are, okay?
You're a tree.
Depending on the day.
Everything was fantastic until everybody died.
Oops.
Ow.
Relaya, make a reflex save.
Gentle baby.
Hey, this is fun.
Yeah, I've come to the conclusion the cat is actually part dog. He's currently in my lap getting loved.
Okay, Relaya, make a reflex save.
Oh, that means I should open up roll 20, huh?
Yeah, it really means you should.
Yeah,
I'm not doing any combat today. I'm sorry. No, it's not logged in.
Oh, there's definitely combat today.
There is definitely combat today.
Definitely combat today. I was under the impression today was another non-combat day.
Sadly,
Well, that was last week. He said it, and then it was like he totally lied out his asshole.
It's no combat. Shoot.
there was no combat. There was no combat last week. What happened does not count as combat.
Okay, there were arrow volleys.
There wasn't really arrow volleys. There was, you fired arrows and he missed, and he just made you miss.
So really, you guys just flailed around for a little bit, and it happened to pretend to look like combat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we going to roll said reflex save?
Nope. She decided she wasn't going to.
Who?
Alex.
I don't exactly know how she's not going to. Oh, she's going to grab a character sheet. Okay.
Oh, why am I holding the cat like this?
Well, you get up, and I don't realize what you're going to actually grab.
Well, you know, everyone just loves to see a naked woman. I'm going to go grab my bathrobe. Okay, anyway. Let's see.
Ooh la la.
Shadow. Shadow, please get your tail out of my face. Tail out of my face.
It's a cat. The tail will stay in your face forever.
Forever.
Okay, you want my reflex?
Yes.
Now we want your cat's reflex.
The cat's reflex.
It's probably a bit higher than mine.
Yep, probably.
What the fuck? Why the hell would I do that? Roll 1d11. That's not how the system works.
No, it's really not.
Exactly how the system works now.
The problem is that's because it's how it works over on the server right now. It just is automatically assumed you're rolling a d20, so you just rolled 11.
You feel your horse start to buckle, Relea, as suddenly 3 arrows dive into its neck. And it starts to fall forward. You manage to jump off quickly enough and do a roll, and pull out your sword at the same time.
I don't like how this adventure's already starting, guys.
This is not where
Where
it's
She's
going.
probably in the front of the party, so would the rest of us see this?
She's in the back of the party, actually.
So no, we don't see it.
Do we
Can we
hear it?
Do we hear it?
You do
hear
hear
the horse falling to the ground?
you do hear the horse falling to the ground, and
You couldn't hear the things in the bushes or see the floor. Just
Yeah.
throwing that
That's
out
why
there.
we have to double check.
Hey, that was her.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my bitches.
so hold on.
Okay.
That does not work. Why does that not work?
Black.
Meow. Wait, who is who?
There we
Oh,
go.
Zach. The cat.
That's how we do it. Alrighty.
It's actually still black.
Yeah.
No, I can see it's a very little
Well,
area.
Yeah, I
but-
can see the little area.
Okay, look, I should probably move my stuff so I don't look like I'm talking shit.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there it is.
It like expanded as soon as I zoomed in. That was weird.
Yeah, because I gotta reveal the path. Okay, and I gotta move.
Oh, well, that's nifty.
That's my word. Take it back.
That's my word.
Take it back.
No, it's my word.
Nose holes, that's my word too. Take it back.
What's your word?
Nose holes.
What?
Hey, Steven.
Yeah.
Nose holes.
Breathing
I
through my
had
nose
to.
holes.
She should share.
Why are you proud of Funyuns?
Because they
Does
taste delicious.
anybody have a quarter? Otherwise, I gotta get Funyuns. You gotta remember Dan saying that every fucking D&D campaign every week.
I don't remember that.
Sad panda.
Oh.
Are you sure you weren't drunk when you came over then? Every
It's-
fucking week. Like clockwork. If he didn't make the joke, Sean did.
I don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it.
He was drunk, even though he had to drive.
Okay, so where did my? There it is. So your character has now been your character's horse has been shot with arrows.
We just got a horse. They already got to kill him off. Jesus.
George R.R. Martin is my god. What do you expect?
Fuck you.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry, guys, but if I'm the main plot character, you must all be dying very soon. That or I'm dead next.
Oh, now I want Funyuns. God damn it.
I know nothing about this.
She's Jon Snow.
So
Plot twist.
so you're in a ready combat stance. I'm guessing at this point now, because you just
Yep, arrows knocked. My snake feathers off.
Yeah.
to which points.
Oh no! I'm
I'm
derpy.
trying to detect the number of hostiles coming towards me with my sensibility, if they're not downwind.
You detect 6 hostiles in the area.
Okay.
You can
That's
smell.
not that bad.
Good thing I was derping because I heard nothing that was going on there.
Uh-oh, we get the derp again.
Oh, whoops! I need to get rid of 1 bear. There we go. I'll take
Yeah,
rid of
because
the-
someone fucked the dirt bear last time.
We have 2 bears.
No,
No.
one died.
One of them died.
Yeah,
Steve died.
but this is my bear.
This is why we can't have nice things.
However, Fia, make a reflex save now.
You mean
I
actually
actually
do things?
Yes, you actually do things.
Okay, I have to check my reflex real quick. No, that's not what I wanted open.
you hear hear Dantelane look at Leia's horse for a second, just as Fia, your horse, is shot full of arrows as well.
Of course it is.
I didn't roll yet.
Well, that's not the reflex save. Just you manage to make it off of your horse and roll before it crushes you under its weight.
Oh my god, I want to be the one who dies on a horse.
Do I keep directions the arrow came from?
Oh!
What was that?
Ow. I was bored
I
and I
don't know
dropped
where
my
the
hook.
arrows came from.
You see the arrows had come from opposite sides on each one. So for Leia's horse, you see him coming from your left, Fia's horse from the right.
So okay, we're surrounded.
Freaking tabulous.
Sorry.
This is actually a good place for an ambush.
Everyone roll initiative here. Okay, let's. I roll for myself. It looks like I'm going first.
Wait,
Am I
plus
really going
something?
second with a fucking 12?
Well, actually, no. It's going to be
Well,
Fia.
minus the NPCs.
well, Fia, one of the NPCs.
Oh, yeah.
Tiffany is almost going last.
Not even close, really.
Really? I got a 10.
Actually, hold on.
I'm like third. Oh no, I guess I didn't see the 3. So okay, I'm not too bad.
I got it, 2.
This is the first time I think it's actually a nice mix between like NPCs and our players. It's like almost perfectly mixed. What did Mariah get?
I got
She got a 15.
15.
Well, aren't you fancy?
Then Allison. Then down here.
So I'm going third, right?
Yeah, you're going third.
After... I can't see, it kind of looks like Amaridia's piece.
And then,
I think there's an NPC before you.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been added to the turn order yet.
no.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
'cause
dead
she's
last, huh?
No, she's not dead last. She's second to dead last.
Yay!
Sometimes it's better to be second, I guess. If it has to be last.
Okay.
I want more candy.
At this point, I hop off my horse and yell, "From the through the trees!" Trying to warn us.
Don't fucking say, Druid!
Really? You have to steal from the Lorax?
I
Oh.
didn't steal from the Lorax. I don't know. I haven't read the Lorax, or even watched it. So,
Oh dear.
Someone needs to...
Well, that line's from the Lorax.
Line.
okay, I did not know that. Dantelane decides to take cover behind one of these and summon an ally, which he decides
Oh.
he decides to do summon nature's ally too. So he's actually going to summon a Wolverine,
A legitimate Wolverine?
a legitimate Wolverine.
So it's not a bear disguising as a Wolverine?
Right? It's not that.
Because laziness to create an actual bear pawn.
Yes, it's an actual Wolverine now. So we have one Wolverine and one bear. So he gets disguised as a Wolverine.
Sick.
Okay, that ends my turn because I can't. Actually no, I try to do a spot check for this. So
probably should have done that before you hid under the tree.
Yeah.
no, not entirely. You can look behind cover.
Unless they're in the tree you're hiding under.
Good point.
Shoot an arrow through the top of your head.
And then he decided this is his roll. I managed to see one archer. up in the north, up to our right.
That's pretty shitty because you got an 18 on your roll and you only see one. That means we have to roll like a natural 20 to see everybody.
Yeah. He also counter-rolled against me. Like, that was a whole party's counter-roll.
I guess I give that. I didn't notice that.
I point at from Amaridia and Relea and point exactly where I see the archer, so now you all know where it's at.
Yep. But I've got to wait till the end.
This is true. Fia, it's your turn.
Let's see. I'm gonna, since it's a new day, I'm gonna do that small bear thing that I did before. Last time, I'm gonna transform into a small bear.
Alright.
What? Okay. Sorry. I don't need to roll for that.
Nope, you succeed in changing into a small bear.
That is less deadly than I would have thought it was going to be.
Wait, so I also have a free thing to actually do a spot check myself?
Alright, go ahead.
Let me check my stuff here. I don't know what my ad is thing, so I'm just gonna. And I don't see anything.
Well, it's possible you might. No, you don't manage to spot any of them. So it's possible.
Okay.
I never said you're going to succeed. So now it's his turn. He's going to roll for hits. If I can type it out correctly. This is attack. This attack was 6. Lillian, what's your AC?
14.
Sorry,
kiddo.
Wait, I thought you rolled a 16. And you said 18.
No, my AC is a 14.
Oh, okay.
What the hell did you just do to me?
Killed you?
Nothing you're gonna probably enjoy. I'm gonna say that much right now. So, excuse me. All of a sudden, as you unmount your horse and finally get into battle stance, you feel an arrow pierce your side
That's cool.
and pin you to the tree right behind you.
I mean, I am a tree. Might as well become one.
At which point, the other two archers are gonna do. Fia and Relea AC.
Fuck.
26.
AC?
Yes.
Sheen.
Wait, your armor class?
Me?
Yes.
1d6.
Oh, I said 26.
Oh, 26. Okay, that's okay.
What are you on? Yes, I said what I meant to.
I heard 1d6 like for your armor class. How did you manage to make a roll your armor class?
I was like, fuck you know, you never really know what you're gonna get.
Because life.
What'd you say, Fia?
13.
13. Okay, you both managed to dodge two other arrows flying towards you.
Of course they do.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh.
And Relea, it's now your turn.
Can someone unpin me?
Since we successfully dodged those, can we get a moment for counterattack?
The two that shot you have no idea where they're at.
Oh, I thought you were doing that one that you pointed to, Leia.
Well, yeah,
I
he
realized
already
that,
had his turn.
Oh, okay, continue. This guy's gonna be singing this right off the bat today.
It is your turn, Relay. You know where one of them is at.
I'll just do this for my reaction here.
Someone's playing some fantastic music in the background.
Oh, we gotta make sure it wasn't my phone.
They get to make will saves, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna do all these plus 4.
They need to roll at least a 21.
They all fail.
None of them make it.
Hold on.
In fact, oh no, they'd all be frightened standing. However,
Yeah.
the 16 would have a half penalty.
No. No, he's 16.
Plus 4, so he's a 20.
Yeah. The 16 is going to simply be frightened. He's just going to take a -1 to his swings. The other ones are frightened and are kind of cowering, but will attack back after we strike them. And the 3 is terrified and wishes to flee from combat if he is capable of doing so.
Yeah, the 3 is definitely able to do so because you have no idea where he's at.
Yep, I have no idea. So there you go. So there's my free move. I've got one of my idiots behind me, so I'm not too worried about her.
What, the one pinned to a tree?
I should probably go get you removed from the tree.
Oh, please do.
But of course, logic states that you'll die slower if I let you stay pinned to the tree.
You do know where one of them is, so you...
Yeah, I guess I'll just go over there. Wherever he's currently located.
I was gonna say, let's be real. We all know Allie's gonna jump straight towards that guy.
Yes, she probably is.
Let's be real here.
Where is his token located?
It should be. It's on the top of the path.
It is at the top of
On the map. You should be able to see it. I revealed it.
I see it.
I haven't moved mine over yet because I'm too lazy. Quite frankly, if I can't see him, I do not see.
Yes.
You don't see him at all?
I have
see.
mine zoomed
So I'll
out.
head that way. I can't actually see the, it's all black for me, so.
Okay, so as you move this way,
The fuck?
ow!
That was scary and loud all at the same
I'll turn
time.
my foot down, I'm sorry.
That was obnoxious.
I usually leave it up while he's at work because he usually tries to call me when he's at work.
Jesus!
Oops.
As you go up there, you manage to see the other 3 archers that were hidden and now frightened standing there in the tree line.
I'm trying to think. Do I get into the ability? Yeah, I can swing once, right? Yeah.
You get one swing.
Is someone playing, like, Mexican music in the background or something?
Oh no, that's Charlotte's Web. I'm sorry, the little one was watching it.
Okay, because I couldn't, like, define if it was Mexican or classical.
It's kind of like a mix of the two, honestly. It was like a fanfare song. It sounded kind of Mexican.
What are you eating now? Yeah, you.
Spaghetti.
What?
You know what? I'm just gonna do this the proper way. They're all in front of me like that, right?
Yeah.
Called sour spaghetti.
Ooh.
It's a new kind of candy.
Ooh.
You've got her intrigued.
It's pretty good. I thought it'd be softer, more like gummy worms, but they're actually pretty tough.
Yeah, I like, aren't they by, like...
Haribo.
You using one of your potions?
Yep.
Alright, so you grab one of your potions and you chug it down quickly enough before breathing fire, and then you breathe fire out in the area.
What is that?
Are these hit rolls?
No. They're in front of me. They have to make a will save to take half damage. That's how much they're gonna take. Oh,
Okay.
and then you're probably gonna want to see whether or not I caught any trees on fire.
Yeah, that's the one thing too. Plus
I may or may not have done it on purpose to flush out the rest of them.
Oh. Jesus.
They don't make it. They all die.
Well, that situation was handled quickly enough.
However, in
Oh.
light, you do manage to light the trees in front of you on fire.
Do we see that yet?
We see a massive inferno
Um,
start to form.
we should probably get running now.
Can
But
somebody
I can't,
unpin me
I
before we
can't
run?
see anything. I think it because I can't speak while I'm in bear form.
And
Like-
while you're doing this, you do not see any other ones.
I just have this freaked out face and I'm looking at everybody like,
I just pretty much bark an order from there. Continue on. I will get the elf.
We have 2 more to deal with.
Well, they're not in combat with us directly.
Not really. Amaridia, it's your turn. You have a bear, a snake, and yourself.
You just killed everything.
There's 2 more to
Okay.
deal with.
Okay, I shoot them.
You don't know where they're at.
And okay,
I'd
then
try-
I look for them.
I would try spotting them first.
Yeah, that.
And they can't exactly make a hide roll, so like they don't have any bonuses to their hide roll, so make a spot check.
Hold on, I'm looking at my bonus.
sorry. Oh god. Sorry.
Okay, so you managed to reveal the entire field, actually.
Hurrah!
And you see where they're at.
Okay. I send the bear and the snake after the one that's further away.
Yeah.
So, roar and hiss. They're going after him.
Okay.
But then I move to where I have a better shot, and I'm gonna shoot the other guy twice.
All right. Roll hit dice for the wolf, for the bear, the snake, and you.
Okay, so I get 2d20, and each one of those gets a total of. Am I within 30 feet?
You are within 30 feet.
Okay, so those get a total of like. How much was that? Crap, I can't remember the bonus I get. One sec.
Well, your bear and your snake miss. Sadly.
Okay. Close. Not close, hot.
Come on, where's your character sheet?
It's not written on my character. Wait, did I write that on my character sheet?
It should be base attack bonus.
Well, I get bonuses for being within 30 feet.
You're talking about point blank shot, right?
Yeah, point blank.
I have it on this one, so I can just tell you. Where is that? +1 bonus in all attack and damage rolls.
Okay, so +1 to each. So each one gets +6. So my rolls are 4, I guess.
Or wait, was that rolling for you or rolling for your animals? The 15?
That was rolling for me. So
Okay.
each one gets +6.
First shot hits, second one does not. Actually, then I thought you were rolling for your bear and your snake there.
No, this is for the bear and the snake. They fought.
The bear crits. So the bear has a crit chance, so roll for crit chance as well.
Okay. Ow, I just hit my tongue.
He receives crit, so double damage on that.
Does he have to do a stunt die?
No, he does not do it. Sadly, he does not get a stunt die,
Oh, poor Mr. Bear.
but he gets to do double damage.
Don't know if the bear's a boy or girl, but I just called it Mr. Bear.
So it'd be 1d4 plus 4 times 2. So all right, your first arrow does hit on your target. So roll for the damage of that.
One, 8.
And as you're doing this, the fire starts to spread.
Okay. That guy got
Two people
5
to
damage.
away.
He takes 5 damage.
Mm-hmm. And do I have to roll for the crit, or is it automatically max?
Just roll for the damage of your bear, and I'll just do the double. It's 1d4 plus 4 because he only gets claw attack because of having to move.
I know. If I had the full attack, it would have been beautiful.
Oh, he would have been dead, probably. So he takes 12 damage. Now also roll the damage for your snake.
Mm-hmm.
So as you send your bear and your snake in, you pull out 2 arrows and fire them quickly. The first arrow strikes straight into his chest, while the second arrow sort of misses a little bit slightly. So he takes 1 damage plus 3 damage per round, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we're going to do that. There's 3. Venom. He kind of falls back and looks at you, because now he actually does get a turn, right? Since we engaged him in combat, Allie?
Hmm?
Like, they won't attack us directly unless we attack them. Alright, he looks
They're
at you.
terrified. They won't attack until they're struck.
They're struck. I think it's plus 6 for his base attack bonus.
Pointing out, I was perfectly okay with just riding past these two.
Does he hit Emeridia? I'm guessing he does.
Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. 1d8 plus 4.
What am I fighting?
Huh?
What am I fighting?
Well, as you notice, it looks like one of the same archers that struck your mother. He's wearing the exact same garb and clothing.
Oh yeah, I'm taking this dude down.
So is the other one. So there's more than one in the area. Allie, when you before you burn them all, you noticed the exact same thing. Black hoods and the symbol on their lapel of a skull and crossed daggers. Before you turn them to ashes.
Where is your god now?
So you take 10 damage for that.
Yep.
At the same time, your bear and your snake go in. Your bear slams a claw straight into the other man's chest, and your snake bites him right in the ankle. My turn. I send in my bear to pin him.
It's a Wolverine.
That's right. You're the Wolverine. Sorry, that's right. I'm gonna confuse myself.
Animals, Jesus.
This is gonna be horrible. I'm going to confuse myself.
This is why laziness kicks you in the ass when it comes to not making right tokens.
Oh, you would know about laziness, wouldn't you? Sorry. He manages to hit, so he's going to do. Let's see, this claws 24 plus 2. So this man takes 6 damage as the his claws sink straight into the guy's stomach. And Danthlain moves up to stop his Wolverine from killing him. Fia, it's your turn actually now. As a bear.
Can I still like do Summons Nature's Ally too? Am I in bear form?
No.
So it's just me. Okay, I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, you can't really. You can't.
And I was just asking. I'm gonna go for the guy that the bear and the snake are currently trying to attack.
Danthlain waves you off. No.
Then I go for the other guy.
There you go.
Okay.
You managed to hit.
Okay.
We're gonna get you out of her line of fire because I'm pretty sure that Amaridia is not gonna stop until he's dead.
Probs not.
No.
What I
I'm
roll
not.
for damage too, I forgot what it's to roll for damage.
As a bear form, you're gonna roll since you're the 1d4 plus 2, and as a smaller bear. That's not what I have to do. Actually, that's what I have to do. You manage to charge forward and slam your claw into his thigh.
Yummy. I like thyroid.
Relay, it's your turn now as you pet the camera.
Sure. Yeah. It's fair, so I guess it doesn't meow. Is the combat down there visible?
You can see the combat, yes.
Sorry.
Yes, I'm aware that this move will make me prone. Provoke an attack of opportunity, I should say.
Okay. He doesn't hit though. He takes his bow and aims it straight down and goes to release, and you manage to dodge out of the way.
Okay.
Lillian, it's your turn. You can try and free yourself.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a great idea. Something tells me an arrow in my side is not comfortable.
No, you're kind of in pain, but at the same time, it went straight through and into the tree, so...
Yeah, well, it's gonna be a bitch to pull out, and I would like to be able to move if I have to. So...
Might I advise burning hands?
That sounds good.
That sounds
I mean,
kind of cool.
since you said to use it, I'm going to. However, logically, that sounds like it would hurt like a bitch, but we're gonna use it.
As you go to pull use burning hands on the arrow, the wood turns to ash immediately and just sort of drifts away. At the same time, as you press your hands to your front and back, you burn the wound and cauterize it so you no longer are bleeding from it.
God damn, it's long as fuck. Sorry.
So hey, yeah, it had its intention.
It worked. Woo, I'm free.
You are now free. That didn't use up your combat action, but let's see. Now he's going to get a turn. He's going to shoot at your bear. He does not hit at all. Yeah, Simona.
Hurrah.
His aim is not good after being frightened. Your turn to attack. Before you start attacking, though, Danthlain yells at you, Amaridia, call off your animals!
Why?
Because he's Animal Man, you should just believe him.
What's wrong?
Okay, I'll help them attack the other one.
Okay.
What's wrong?
So they turn around. Roll to hit on each one of these.
Here, honey. Okay, I have you. Come here.
I did not want to accidentally poke you. Oh wait.
No, okay.
Isis is being fussy.
Yeah, she just kind of woke up from that.
+4 on each one of those, right?
For my shooting, it's +6. Remember, we figured that out.
Oh, sorry, it is okay. So +6. Your first one hits. Your second one does not. And then roll for hit on your bear and your snake.
Okay.
They both successfully hit. That works. Roll for damage on all this. This is gonna be fun to play out.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Well, all 3 of them hit something.
Woo!
Super excited.
All right, now for your bear actually gets 2 attacks for this. So
No! Sorry.
Well, there's my snake.
Wanna sit with Mama? See this guy?
Wait, so I'm doing the full attack, right?
just 2 attacks, just 2 claws, because he only moved really 1 step.
Oh, I forgot to do something.
Okay, so this dude took 27 damage.
Excuse me. You manage to pull out your bow and arrow and fire quickly, striking him again in the chest, right next to your other arrow. Before at the same time your bear takes both claws and swipes real quickly across his side, sinking both his claws straight into his chest and his back. As your snake then bites him, releasing venom into his veins. And actually, because of the venom, he drops dead to the ground.
Boom.
Takes time. Good sir.
My bear grabs this.
Wolverine.
Hold on, he's going to grab the other guy. Let's see, pin. What's this? My Wolverine. Sorry, he's going to +4, and then he's going to roll an opposing grapple check. What is his grapple? Why is it +2? I was going to do +3 because my bear has now got the other archer grappled.
You're Wolverine.
So yes, my Wolverine. Thank you for correcting me.
Easy shot.
Come on, baby. Elmo. You want me to put on Elmo?
I take my mace and hold it to his neck.
What?
And
Come on, baby.
I got this one over here alive.
For now.
For now. That's not
Well,
surprising.
We want to keep one alive to get information.
That's why I kept him alive.
And then after when he's done giving said information, I have a feeling Anne-Marie is gonna kill the fuck out of him until he's dead.
Oh, I'm sure.
Kill the fuck out of him till he's dead. Right.
Yes, that's how he
We
said that.
can start by slicing his dick. It's a good torture.
Very
The only word that I
slowly.
heard was dick, and I assumed everything.
So before we get to the interrogation, we have one more. We go back to Daggerfall, where Zarson is now closing up his shop later in the day.
Good night, Zarson. You have a good night, Zarson.
And why is this? Zarson swings his broom from side to side, brushing dust and dirt away from the middle of the aisles. The sun began to set low over the horizon, the beams of light streaming into the front shop windows. His strokes with the broom became slower until he finally looked at the now clean store and smiled. The workday for him was done. Then the bell rang in the front door.
Last.
We're in outer space,
He
guys.
muttered under his breath before calling out.
Because I heard air, and
as
I
he
seen
walked forward.
Allie's lips move.
I'm sorry,
There
but we're
were no
closed for the day. If you want something, you'll have to come back.
He was cut off
It's
by a
from
burly
the
man
pond.
sitting in tall black
There we
armor
go.
in the opening of his door.
I'm sorry.
Really? Because I could swear that I had a few minutes. His grin was large as he grabbed something off the shelf.
Now, we're closed, so I'm gonna have to ask you to...
Zarson's reply was met with a
with an armored foot slamming into his midsection. The man threw the thing he was carrying to the floor, the herbs bouncing off the wood floor lightly. The bell rang again, and more people, all clad in black, walked into the shop. As this was happening, Zarson was flying through the air from the blow to his chest. His scream was ringing off the walls as he flew, finally smacking hard against the back wall of the shop. He fell to the floor in a heap, his eyes falling upon his loot. Zarson grabbed it quickly, jumping up onto the counter and holding it in his hands. He looked at all the men around him.
All right, Cupcake, you asked for it.
He said before taking it and strumming the loot hard, an almost unholy chord echoing throughout the room as he grabbed a potion from the counter.
I love when
and threw
Dave
it.
does Zarson.
One of the men grabbed his ears just before the glass of the potion broke on his face. The contents inside melted away his skin. Zarson then jumped forward, throwing himself off the counter and sliding across one of the shelves and swinging his loot hard. The first man crumpled to a heap on the floor as Zarson jumped again, spinning around and cracking the second man over the head with a loud thwang. Another man took out his crossbow and began to fire at Zarson, who turned and let an arrow slam into his loot before stepping on the head of another guy, grabbing another potion from the shelf and throwing it at the crossbowman. The man cried out loudly as boils began to form, and Zarson did an exuberant flip, slamming his arrow-pierced loot into the head of the man he was standing on. Then Zarson grunted hard. The metal tip of a mace slammed into his midsection, sending him backward in the front of the shop. The men converged on him, feet and fists slamming into each portion of his body. Zarson then grabbed the neck of his loot, slamming it hard into the knees of one of them, sending him down to the floor. Then he rolled, grabbing the guy by the armor and throwing him into the party of men. Then he jumped up, landing back on his feet and strummed the lute slowly before repeatedly strumming a high-pitched tune. Waves of sound erupted from the lute, pounding the soldiers and sending the room and everything in it flying back. Then he grabbed another potion from the wall, throwing it between him and the soldiers. The potion exploded. A massive ball of flame erupted and filled the shop, sending Zarson out of the window and into the street.
Sorry.
He then released his wings and flew upward, leaving the street and the shop behind him and flying towards the outskirts of the city.
Alright, so that was the end of Zarson for the moment. Back to the interrogation of the scene, since we're backing out with our party. Dandelion puts the tip of his mace down to the man's neck. Start talking or I crush your head. He just spits at Dandelion. He is still frightened of you, Allie.
Of him. Okay.
Of you.
I best handle him.
I come over.
Me too. I waddle in my bear form. Waddle.
I'm just picturing this little bear walking like this.
They ask him why and where his master keeps.
He looks at you. Cave.
Good. I drop him. Show me.
I love how you're so intimidating.
Dandelion asks you, grab the map.
Gently pull it out. And I don't let the man touch it directly, but I let him point.
He points at a certain spot, and he takes his blood and gets his finger in it as he tries to resist pushing his finger to a spot in the map. There, and he grimaces before grabbing a vial from it, before finally managing to resist a little bit and grabbing a small vial from his pouch.
May I make an attempt to stop him?
You can make an attempt.
Checks for opposing strength checks.
Alrighty.
I said,
Say that one more time.
which one am I rolling? Opposing grapple?
Yeah, opposing grapple.
Was she plus anything? Because he's still terrified?
She's close. You managed to knock the vial from his hands, And Danthalane manages to take one of his arms and crush it underneath the end of his mace.
I intend to actually take him and tie him up and put him over.
Lillian pockets the vial. I'm assuming it's some type of poison. It might be useful later.
Okay.
I just kind of plump my little butt on the ground and sit.
So you said you took to tie him up?
Yep, I'm gonna take the time to tie him up and put him over my back.
I look at him. I look at you doing this before asking him. Are you working for the cult of Nerull? For the Order of Nerull? It's like, he then spits at the ground. You know nothing what we do.
Somebody smack him. I think I'll smack him.
He looks at...
Away.
What'd you say?
I make a point to gag him. We should have enough horses to actually get everyone on a horse but me, and I can keep up.
Before you gag him, man, just to look at Lillian. That bitch is as good as dead.
What?
Oh, he's gonna die. No.
Excuse me?
Put
I
him on
take
my
my
back.
fist aside, and I give this the fuck look in my cute little bear form.
She like...
Allie's thinking of something at this point.
I look at the party. What the hell is he talking about?
I point my paw at you.
Bea, you're a human. Act like a human.
Nope. And I shake my head no.
Allie?
I'm going to pick him up after someone runs their mouth. Basically just kind of give everyone an order. On horses now.
I kind of make a meat face, and I quickly change back into my elf form because I'm not human, and I mount my horse.
Whatever.
Of course you do.
Not
You
human.
sick fuck.
Sorry. As he says this, I look at Fia for a moment, and back to Lillian. How would he look at Fia? How would he know who she is? He then looks at Emeridia and laughs. And you'll regret the day you took his name.
Okay, this little shit needs to die.
Scowl and just gag him and throw him on his back. Let's just go. We've wasted enough time. We should have ran through this a long time ago.
I kind of give a quick look to Danthalane like I have a suspicion of I know who it is.
Lillian kind of has a thought of who it is, but she doesn't say anything to the party. Because secrets make friends.
Sorry.
As I mount my horse, look at Urlea. Are we heading for our goal or heading for that cave? It's your call.
Heading for our goal. I'll deal with the cave as soon as I can.
Can we kill him now?
Huh?
No.
Can we kill him now?
Please.
Nope, I have use for him yet.
Can I hurt him a little?
No,
Oh my god, you're sadistic as ever. Can I hurt him? A little?
Just a little.
That's okay. You guys are gonna love what I do to him. Is it somewhat on our way to go to the cave?
Yes, it is on. The cave is on the way to our goal.
Okay. I'm going to break off when we get to that point, and I'm going to basically have him hogtied and throw him as a sacrifice back to his people.
Beautiful.
I just want to castrate him. Please?
Oh my god.
Lillian's kind of on that side right now. She kind of has a target on her back.
Yeah, apparently there's target on my back for no reason I know.
Danthalane nods for looking at the map once again and then stuffing it into his pouch. I don't think this is going to go away.
No shit.
Maybe, I mean, he walks over to he then rides his horse over to the, whose horse did you put it on, by the way?
What do you mean?
It better not be mine or I'll hurt him.
Or
No.
mine.
Right? She said she wasn't riding a horse. She said she was gonna.
Oh, you're just carrying him.
I can carry him and still keep up with you slow asses.
He rides over to you real quick and he pulls the gag down, looking through his pouch, and then looking through all of his weapons and everything before he grabs a crossbow, looks at it.
Oh, I'm gonna loot these bees.
Sorry, Luke grabs it. It's a longbow. It says Emeridia and throws it to you. You now have a longbow, composite longbow +3.
Fabulous.
Your boat, like I'll send you all the details for this before we leave today. Yeah. So, you now have a higher level weapon on that, and then looks at the man, takes his gag off real quick. That cave isn't close by. Who hired you? He then takes one of the daggers and puts it to the man's neck. I'll risk my limb from Relea killing me to get information from you.
Oh, you don't need to kill him. Just slice up his pretty little face.
If I hurt him, Relea might hurt me.
That's how we can
Trust me, he'll
kill
be
it.
getting his just desserts in the end. Let's go.
Desserts.
I would literally pick up the humans and the elves and put them onto their horses if
No,
necessary.
I'm already on the horse.
Well, the other little ones are being fussy.
I'm not little.
He looks at me.
Maybe a little bit heavy to pick up in this form.
He looks at me and says, Al-Sahim asked for help. So we decided to give it. As for
Help
who
with
hired,
what?
he looks at you. What did I just say, bitch?
Wait, I have a question.
Slap him.
You have a question?
Yeah, this is out of character. Are the three of us, me, you, and Liliana, are we supposed to know who this Al Sahim is?
No.
Yeah, you do. Well, okay. To all of us,
Love him.
Al-Sahim is Emeridia.
Yeah. As for the assassin, we don't know who he is, I'm assuming.
Well,
Okay, because I was just,
Minus his name.
I was like, you said the name, and for some reason I thought of the guy that
you didn't hear me, though, did you?
No.
Think back to what I just said when he laughed at Emeridia. You'll be sorry that you took his name.
Oh, okay. I thought he was looking at Lilianne.
No. He wants me for a different reason.
Yes.
Is that for the reason I'm thinking of?
Probably.
Maybe.
Well, her.
As you're
But-
going along, so Danthalane decides to head the party at this point while going forward, since everyone else is trying to do this, contemplating what's going on. And as you reach the first campsite, you see a number of Solinar and Elven guards and everything else. And they greet you warmly, giving us, as we sit down, night has fallen. And they said to us, well, we were expecting somebody. The ravens were sent ahead, so I'm guessing you're the adventurers. Welcome. Feel free. We have some excess food here. We have some ale, although it is a little bit strong.
Fabulous.
I look at Fia.
Nope.
Take it easy on this.
Nope, not this time. Not.
Leanne looks at Danthalane. Yeah, you too.
I just face palm. And I kind of like hide behind like Danthalane so Lilianne doesn't see my face.
My hand kind of grips yours a little bit during this.
I would just stuff a bit and drop my prisoner, roll my eyes. How about none of you drink? You can't hold your ale.
As you drop your prisoner, the guards suddenly get tense and hold their spears at him.
Relax, he's not going anywhere.
Let's
Unhood.
look up trash.
Unhood him now.
Shrug and remove his hood.
As you remove his hood, since we've never actually seen his face during all this time, we just assumed where it was. You see 2 holes where his eyes should be, and his nose slightly carved.
Plot twist.
Someone already did their damage to him.
And all you see is a broken, toothy grin as he laughs. There's no damage you can do to me.
Keep talking and there will be.
She just smiled and looked down. You know what an
I'm
undead
sure I can
does
find a way.
in his belly?
Huh?
Do you want to find out what you do in my belly?
Oh my god. I just got it. I'm not gonna say anything, but I just got it.
He laughs a bit before rolling into the fire.
It's not like I let him roll anywhere. I'm stepping on him. He's not going anywhere quick. He's dog bound, for Christ's sake. I'm not stupid.
Stop.
He did this with magics that you don't know of yet.
Lovely. I love it when the deities play favorites.
He somehow releases his bonds and lifts your foot off of him, throwing you back. About 2
Because
feet.
it's gonna take a lot to lift a really heavy elf foot off of him.
You feel a force that like you've never felt before as he does
Know it to
this.
be divine.
Huh?
Would I know it to be divine?
Yes, but it's not divine. It's not divine. I would say that right now. And then
No. Divine simply means it comes from a god. That's all I needed.
Oh, okay. And then rolls into the fire and lights himself up.
Of course he
I
does.
kind of jump, and I, like, as Dantlin was holding my hand, like, I kind of squeeze it tighter as I jump as a reaction, like, dude, that guy was retarded and jumped and rolled into the fire like an idiot.
I try to launch forward from. I know I'm not going to be able to grab him, but out of like initial reaction, because I don't want him to escape, I like jump forward to try to get him, even though he's just kind of like.
You
On fire.
he burns up very quickly.
Yeah, but still, just out of reaction, because she doesn't want him to get away.
There wouldn't be any real concern on my face once he got to the fire. It was just more of a she wanted to do it herself kind of thing.
That's mostly what Lilianne's reaction was for.
The guards look somewhat stunned, only somewhat.
Only somewhat.
How the hell did he move her? And she points at Allie.
We've been
Now's not the time. Get some rest.
the guards nod. You should, yes, get some rest. The path is long for the morning. But to answer your question, Madam Al-Sahed, that cult has been operating in secret for some time. We haven't been able to find their safe house. But we will find it at some point. They've been...
Lilianne kind of looks to her party like, hey, we kind of know something.
But at the same time, we do know that they're hired assassins. At least that's what we think of what they're supposed to do.
Do you know who they're hired by?
Anyone who has a job.
Anyone who's got the right price.
So there's no league on who would have hired them?
He looks at you and it says, price isn't entirely the issue. He kind of drops his voice low, this one guard. Money doesn't help them. Influence more so helps them.
So anybody with power.
Yeah, well, anyone with power or the ability to gain it, yes. So whoever was able to hire this one person to take you out, I'm assuming that's what happened since you managed to capture him. He has some sort of influence.
Lilianne kind of gets quiet.
I kind of start throwing suggestions out there. Could it be the king? Could it of the humans, or could it be someone else of wealthy power within
The king wouldn't have marked my head. He would have marked yours, Fea.
I look at the party. Maybe we should consult with Anna before we go to bed.
That's a very good idea.
I kind of give my sister a look for interrupting me like an idiot. Fuck you too.
I request Lillian, would you mind taking out our tent?
Sure, I would love to. Little tent friend.
The tent pops into existence once again.
Because drugs weren't involved in this.
Huh?
Because drugs weren't involved with this.
Hey, my friend is awesome.
Drugs.
I can just see it like one day you guys are just gonna be like laying there, and I'm like, I won't be around when you guys pop up the tent, and I'll be like, you guys will all be like laying under a tarp. That's all that's actually there. It's just you guys laying under a tarp. You don't realize it. You're high on mushrooms or something. And it's just like,
I just killed a man.
did we not notice this before now? Like,
Drugs, kids. They're good for you.
So in reality, none of this adventure has happened. We're all sitting under a tarp tent pretending to be adventurous because we're all high off shrooms.
Apparently.
No,
That's
I do acid.
great. And we all died from overdose. Yeah.
Any which way, I pull out our lovely little tent friend.
The tent springs into action and springs into existence and lands on the ground. And then one of the drawstrings on the top of the tent waves at you high.
You want to know what I'm actually really picturing? Like, every single time I hold this little thing, it has like a little face and it's like smiling at me.
Oh,
Even though I know that's not what's there. But
So I wave us all inside, and I'm guessing all of us pile in.
yeah.
For the most part.
I was gonna ask the guards what it means when someone is assigned a title that someone else already possesses.
The guards look at you. It's rare. Generally, it happens when a person has died. He looks at you. Now, Al-Sahim is a weird case. For instance, I'm guessing you're asking about yourself, correct?
Correct. Apparently, that's why this assassin dude wants to kill me.
That's odd. He disappeared a long time ago. We assumed that he had been dead for this point now, probably 75 to 100 years.
Apparently not.
He kind of fades back, sits back a little bit. Maybe he said, I don't know. The battle that he was supposedly had died in was magnificent. Even we found this large group of this large group of undead being led by a lich, and suddenly and we sent all the armies in, and it was a glorious battle. We eventually we defeated the Lich, and we stole the phylactery. We destroyed it. So the Lich is dead. But in the midst of all the chaos, Al-Sahim had disappeared. We never found a body. But we assumed that he'd been turned, killed at some point. But for you to get his name was quite an honor to what the name stands for. The arrow is something that just embodies honor and skill with weaponry. He nods and stands up. Well, good night. My men are guarding, so you should be safe.
Fair enough.
As we,
I grabbed some.
I was already in the tent.
I'm a Meridian. Basically, I will be sleeping tonight. Keep an eye on them.
as we all pile in, I'm guessing, Lillian, you take the stone out and
Yes.
all that. Anna pops into view and looks at all of you. This is the second time you tried to contact me in 2 nights. What has happened?
There's a target on our backs.
Well, that's obvious.
Worst way to order that ever.
She looks at you kind of nonplussed. Well, no shit. Why do you think I sent you south?
No. Not the king. Or at least we don't think it's the king. There's another party hunting us. Only 2 of us.
You're talking about
Not me for once.
if I remember correctly, I had her. You asked her about the cult last time, right? At least the symbol last. Oh, the symbol.
Oh yeah, the symbol.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
So wait, the
okay?
cult has been hired. The cult has been hired to kill you?
Yes.
Oh, apparently for me, it's not hired. It's just a personal grudge.
She kind of paces for a minute. And you're assuming the king was behind this.
No, because if it was the king, they would have went after Fea. Fea's not on the list. It's me they're after.
She kind of nods real quick for a moment. The cult operates on both sides of the wall. You didn't make any enemies over here, did you? Besides the obvious ones?
Besides the obvious ones that I was born with? No.
Born with?
On this side, I have enemies, and my enemies consist of my family.
What does your father do?
What does my father do, Stephen?
You wouldn't. Your character wouldn't know. So it's been a long time since.
Oh. I don't know. I left at an early age and haven't seen them. I haven't cared to see them.
She nods for a second before you see her disappear real quick. The room stays there.
I'll see you later.
She holds up a finger right before she leaves.
Okay.
And she then walks back in there, and you see her carrying a large stack of files. Your last name is Delane, correct?
What?
Yes.
She starts flipping through them before she's like, aha! And slams it on the table. Kieran Delane, he's a low-level councilman's aide in Dolinar. And she looks down. Never mind, not low-level. Wife is a seamstress.
What?
She then.
I thought it was the other way around. Because I thought this is out of character. I thought the mother was in the council, and the father was like, oh.
No, it's. We never set up like the people who did what. We never did that.
Okay. That's kind of. I guess it's how I imagined it then.
Not low level. He speaks with Nerull directly. She looks at Relea. Relea, this is great work. Thank you. Your friends were very helpful.
I try.
He has direct involvement in the councilman's ear. The councilman consorts to him directly in matters of magical security and secrecy. She looks up. I don't mean to imply, but I think your father hired them.
Lillian kind of takes a couple steps back. Like, she had suspicion. Or, wait, I'll go in character for this. I had suspicion that it was him. But I just kind of shakes her head. Her eyes locked on the floor.
Can you see the floor?
This time I can.
I'm not making a roll for it. She looks at you and says, all right, I'm sending help down your way. He'll be there. He should be there by the time you awake. He should be meeting with my contacts shortly enough. Just don't drink the potions.
Do we have a name?
I thought don't drink the potion should be enough, but okay.
Well, my character doesn't know his name. We're not just going to invite some random person in the circle.
Because any random person can come up to you and say in a creepy voice, "Don't drink the poison or the potion. Don't drink the potion." I tried to make that as seamless as possible, but then I went full tard on it.
Zarson got attacked at a shop today, so he's coming down to meet you. He'll be very helpful, if not a tad annoying.
Annoying. Great.
And I look over to my sister.
At least he's not going to try and screw you.
Horrible wording again. Again with the horrible wording.
Nope, I think that was intentional.
No, that was very intentional.
I think the meaning of the word was pretty exact on this point right here, right
Yes,
now.
it was. She then looks grim once more. Your father's in Dolinar. There's nothing we can do. However, I would advise. She looks around. She looks at you again. How many of the cult have you encountered so far?
How many did we kill?
4.
5.
I kind of held up my
Oh no, we killed 4. 5. 1 ran off. So yeah, we killed 4.
I held up my hand and held up like a number of digits of the bear head, and I just tilted my head.
She looks at Relea, and then for the rest of the party. We're holding things down as best we can. The 7th Scythe is moving as predicted. Did you get any information off of any of the members of the cult?
I took Relea's arm. Very cutely. So she doesn't hurt me after.
Danthlan looks at her and we got the information of a cave somewhere nearby us. Relea was going to handle it with the guard. On her own with one of our captees, but in the end, he ended up committing suicide.
Very, very,
Only it was by our hand.
committing suicide, but he committed suicide. Let's just say the whole plan of keeping him as a hostage kind of went in flames.
Did he manage to drink the poison?
You mean this?
She looks at you as you hold it up. Apparently not. Okay.
I was paying attention to.
Alright. My advice, honestly, is the cave on the way to Quel'Danar.
Yes. Yeah.
When Zarson comes down there, take down the cave. He'll be there by the morning.
What does it matter if he would have drunk this poison?
Who said it was poison?
Anna.
It wouldn't have mattered, but at the same time, it's something that can help you along. You can create an antidote for that when Sarson gets there.
Cool. See?
That way, if you need more information, you can use it and do what you will with it.
I'd more save it for one of them when they inevitably get pricked in the ass with something poisonous.
Yes.
I stick it back in my pocket.
Al-Sahim is dangerous, but at this point, he might even be in that cave. We don't know. Head to the cave when Sarson gets there, take them out, then continue on to Quel'Danar.
Good.
And we end tonight. Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to end it yet. We have a little more time.
Yeah, I would like to do some things too and roll for the
I
fun.
am-
You're drunk.
Plus, I thought we were supposed to do something else.
Well, we were, but then that ended up not happening. It's too much time. Because we'll do that.
Almost 7:30 for you guys. And you guys said you wanted to end by then.
Yeah. So, as we end tonight, as inside the tent for us first, Anna looks at you, Lillian, and says, "Get some sleep. He'll be there by the morning. Good night." And then the room disappears slowly once, as it usually does.
Leanne kind of chuckles at the thought of sleep, like, okay.
The tent gives you hear something on a small howl, and animals shuddering by, and there's no reaction to the tent, so we're all perfectly fine.
Oh, you were like, the tent, you hear a small howl. I'm like, oh no.
No, there's no animals coming
To
for
get
us.
your butt in the sleep. When you sleep, they're coming to get your butt when you sleep.
No, they're trying to get your butt. It's the
Dan-
one's there.
Dantalaine looks at Lillian. I think it's time to share what happened, since now it's affecting all of us.
Oh, yes.
Story time?
Lillian just kind of shakes her head. I've shared what you guys needed to know. I mean, what actually went down, I don't see how that's irrelevant. Just know we're not safe, obviously.
I look at Fia and grasp her hand once more before looking back at you. At this point, we have an assassin that's more than likely hired by your father, chasing after you and Amaridia for apparently taking his name.
And apparently the dude died like 100 years ago, so what's up with that?
We have more questions than we have answers. We're going to be taking down a cult in the morning, or at least one part of it.
Huzzah!
Lillian kind of walks into the kitchen and grabs a thing of wine and is like, well, if I must share a story, I'm sure the hell I'm not going to do it sober.
Well, they said they have strong ale. Let's get the ale!
I'll stick with my elven wine.
Because she wants to be classy like that.
I sit back in my seat. Allie looks intrigued by something else.
I have a long list of laws to go over for my other group. Gotta love being a leader. Just like, here's 300 laws to sort through. Next time I suggest the town make laws for me and I'll go through and pick out ones I think fit, I won't do that. 300 got submitted. 300 laws got submitted.
I'm sorry.
One of my
Somebody's
men is currently
ass.
going through it right now, and we're to the citizen section 28 law in. There's like 110 in that section alone.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, continue.
So,
Lillian kind of leans on the counter behind her as she slowly pours a glass. She's being very dramatic. And she takes a sip of her wine and sets it down. Well, as it's gathered, I'm not wanted in my family. I'm a sorcerer. That much is apparent. Fea is a druid. My mother and father are druids. It's kind of frowned upon to be anything but. I started off at an early age training to be a druid.
I will say out of character with letting you continue. They aren't druids, they just highly look up to druids.
Whatever. I was training to be a druid, and my parents are not druids. They just wanted me to be a druid. Adds that in. Okay.
fixing my own lore one step at a time. Oh, that wasn't how my parents were. Okay, sorry. Whoops, sorry about that.
That's okay. We're just learning because apparently I just learned my last name today was Delane. In fact,
It's on your character sheet.
yeah, but I didn't realize I still had that there, and Faya didn't know that was her last name.
Let's say now.
I assumed you took it. It's on your character sheet.
No, that was before we had everything worked out. I just typed in Delane. And then, yeah, a lot of things have changed since then.
I worked with it.
This is why he keeps me, people, because you guys can't even figure out your last names without getting into trouble.
I thought it was one of those
Trouble,
things
but
that you
people
should
can
look
really
over
You can't learn your
because
last name.
Yeah, we're just kind of...
I have a character sheet. Hold on. Before we even get any farther than this, I have a character sheet that the file name is Liliana Delane.
But her name, I don't think I put it on her actual name on there. I think I saved it under Delane, and then I changed
No,
it.
it's on the character sheet. Character name,
Oh.
Liliana Delane.
Hey, whatever. I'm not arguing. I like that my last name is being used.
too.
So I assume you're talking out. Either way, continuing with this.
Everything was fine at first until slowly I started to feel things change in my blood, deep in my blood. Of course, I didn't alert my parents this. I just thought it was normal. And after Faya, a couple years after Faya had left Druid camp, I was still in Druid camp. And I was on a survival mission where I had to make my way back. I ended up trying to start a fire, and I succeeded in the fire. By succeeding in the fire, I also caught fire to the woods. She takes another drink of her wine glass, slamming it down, having it empty now at this point. That was when my parents... Huh? Oh, I like her. She refills my drink.
I get you drunk.
That was when
Stay together.
my parents had realized that there was something wrong. That I was not a druid after all. And they basically forced me to either pick being a druid or being a sorcerer. And for the longest time I tried, but as you guys should know, sorcery is not something that you just wake up one day and you're like, I'm going to learn this. No, you wake up and it's in your blood. It's not something you can change. It's not something you can control. My parents didn't understand this and gave me a choice. Either I become a druid or I lose my life. So I ran. And that was when Faya found me. My goal was not originally to end up in the human city. I was going somewhere else. And I take another long drink of my wine glass, and that's the end of my story, because I just kind of drank the wine glass.
You drink the wine glass in its entirety.
I drink it all. No.
That was very good glass.
No. Glass.
I look solemnly at you, knowing the last part of that story, since I was there for some of it as well, obviously.
Except for you didn't know why we were leaving.
Yeah.
I almost choked on my mint.
Don't choke on it. Alright, good night.
And then I just kind of looked down.
We had a discussion. Okay.
Okay, bye, night.
Huh?
Okay, bye, night. No,
I
go
don't
sleep.
have the words to say.
Go sleep.
What?
This is in character, not out of character. It's,
Huh?
I wish I had kind of known this before, but
Well, forgive me. It's not something that I like to share.
no, I don't doubt it.
Sleeping at night.
And if my father hired the assassin, something is seriously off, because my mother is the worst of the two.
He nods a little bit. This is a lot to take in. I suggest we kind of ease up on the alcohol.
You zip up on that.
You don't want to light your ass on fire like Fia did.
Hey.
I'm drinking too. Just saying.
You what?
I'm drinking the ale.
Drinking party.
During the time that
Of two.
this whole
Apparently only two of us are drinking.
I
You're
mean,
being all
we-
fancy and slamming your wine. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting there brooding, sipping my ale. I'm very brooding today.
Before I stand up and go to bed, I place a hand on Fia's arm and then walk into my room.
Well, you guys would have had your guys' chat, and she would have told her story. I would have slipped out at some point and sat down by the fire to sleep.
I end up drinking myself to sleep. Like,
I'm not leaving tomorrow morning!
I don't leave the fucking kitchen.
I go out and flirt with some of the guards that are off duty.
I kind of wait until everyone leaves the area, and I
I
kind of
don't
just.
leave the area.
Well, everyone important. Because now that you're drinking, you're not important. I kind of sit there.
Well, she drinks herself to sleep.
But I sit there and I try to take in the story that my sister told everyone
She didn't
between.
go into full detail.
Well, the story that was given to her while drinking the entirety of her glass multiple times. She kind of sits there in shock and realization before she finally gets up
You're derping.
and she goes
Hardcore
into her
derping.
room.
She's in her room.
She sits there. She doesn't go to bed. Oh, it's back now. So she just kind of sits there on the bed, still trying to take it in, but she can't. She just sits there for the longest time before she finally gets up. And the next thing that she does is she stands. Well, she kind of walks around a minute to check on her sister, which is so passed out from drinking all of her wine.
When you check on her passed out, you see she's face down, ass up on the table.
I'm
I
just.
kind of facepalm and I fix her to where she doesn't look so embarrassing. So where it's just she's lying on her stomach.
What'd you say, Allie?
I said, let's just pass out in a position that screams, rape me!
Yeah, I kind of saved her from that. I'm just like, she owes me. Because she didn't do anything this nice when I was drunk.
Or she did not.
After I was done helping my sloppily drunk sister get out of her sleeping rape position, I kind of stand in front of the bedroom doors and I tap 3 times on Dantelin's door. Very quietly, so if he's sleeping, he won't be able to hear it.
I open it after a minute.
Yeah, put them pants on.
At this point, not that it would matter, but
Oh, I can't. So, oh my god, okay. And I don't say anything, I just stand there in the doorway. Like, with that still look of residual shock on my face from the story, like, I just can't even.
She
I'm still the one to even,
I
I can't.
can't even life.
Can't even.
Dantlin looks at Fia as after opening the door, then sees the look of shock, and just puts his arms around her.
She kind of just takes the hug. She stands there as the hug is being given. Like, not accepting it or denying it. She's just there.
I think that's a good spot to end it tonight.
I hook up with the guard.
Of course you do.
Because Amory is a little, something or other that I won't say.
Hey, no one would even look at me when I was in the human realm. These guys are much more accepting of than humans were. Just saying.
Could be that fancy title behind your name.
Oh, yeah.
Eh.
Anyone with a fancy title is that, they'll be like, let's get in her sheets.
From one of the guards' tents, as we're
Just saying, I probably haven't had any in a long time.
from one of the guard tents, while we're in all the slug is being given, we hear the moans of, "Oh,
Oh my god.
I'm not returning to the tent tonight.
I sleep through this. I do not need to hear this. I slept through it.
Wait, what?
She rolled to make sure she slept."
That, okay. She said, I'm gonna sleep through that. I'm just like, what is she? Oh.
As we end tonight, we move back to Daggerfall as Zarson is standing in front of the door of a house in the outskirts of Daggerfall. He's looking at the piece of paper that Perkins had handed him earlier before knocking on the door. An old woman answers it before quickly ushering him inside, taking a look up and down the street and closing the door. She thrusts him a pack, saying there's a message inside there for the party. She takes a map that says, "Anna has told me they're right here. By morning, you should be able to get there. Give them the message. There's the pack. There's stuff inside there for you, as well as a mini alchemist kit. Go, now." And she ushers him outside, where his wings go out and he takes flight once again and heads south of the wall.
What is he again? I forget.
Dragon Rock Kobold.
Bat.
He's a kobold with dragon's blood.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine a poodle mating with a Rottweiler.
Don't you even.
I just imagined the legit kobold and the dragon. I'm just like, no.
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 No. No. Not even maybe. Not even in your dreams. No.
No. I don't know.
I
His parents were on some kind of fucked up when he was being made. Just saying.
All right,
so fucked up.
So that is it for this week. As all of the D20 Brigade, we thank you for watching. And for myself, Mariah, Tiffany, Simona, and Allison. As a new member that will come out next week, playing Zarson. We all wish you good luck and happy gaming.